Welcome to the TR3 Rake from ABI, the one tool that does it all. If you are a property owner and have a 25 horsepower or larger tractor, then the TR3 Rake is an absolute must for all your ground prep needs. You no longer have to use a box scraper, disc, landscape rake, or even settle for the cheap lightweight tools on the market today. The TR3. It's the one tool that anyone can use to get any job done. You see, ABI has been innovating and developing ground preparation tools for over 30 years, with thousands of satisfied customers worldwide. So we know what makes a ground prep tool work and what doesn't. The patented TR3 Rake has 3 points of contact to the ground: a floating drag bar, ripping teeth, and the finish rake. Unlike other grading tools, the TR3 has a floating, self-leveling drag bar. By simply moving the pin from the lock position and allowing the drag bar to float, the TR3 will now catch your high spots and fill in your low spots without having to manually use the 3-point of your tractor. The ripping teeth are made from a hardened material and are adjustable, allowing you to rip even the hardest conditions up to 9 inches deep. The finish rake has 2 uses. The first one is for pulverizing the ground. When pressed into the ground, the finish rake is pulverizing clumps of material, leaving a beautiful finish behind. Then, when pushing the TR3 backwards, the finish rake transforms into an aggressive blade, moving large amounts of material into low spots. Supporting the TR3 are the foam-filled stabilizing wheels. These wheels allow the TR3 to be as aggressive and yet as gentle as the job requires. Keeping a 3-point tool from creating dips and waves is always a problem, but not for the TR3. Thousands of people around the world use the TR3 Rake for a lot of different jobs. What they have found is that by owning a TR3 Rake, they really own a premier utility tool. Similar in concept to a utility knife, the TR3 Rake offers great flexibility in its uses and features. The TR3 can be aggressive enough for the toughest job, yet gentle enough to prepare the arena footing for a performance horse. Other applications for the TR3 Rake include grading gravel driveways, even reestablishing a crown, maintaining food plots, maintaining trails for bikes, horses, ATVs, and more, preparing seed beds, both lawns and pastures, sifting rocks, dragging horse arenas, preparing gardens, aerating and dragging pastures, and maintaining ball fields. You're probably thinking this TR3 sounds too good to be true. Well, let's just see how this Alabama property owner puts his TR3 to work. First, let's watch him clear some land for a food plot for deer hunting. Now he's going to work on the trail leading to his deer stands. If we haven't gotten your attention yet, there is no better testimony for a property owner than the Department of Natural Resources. Listen to what Bruce Foley from the Wisconsin DNR has to say about his TR3 Rake.
My name is Bruce Foley. I'm a wildlife biologist with the Wisconsin Department of Natural Resources. I handle Lafayette and Greene County as a property manager, and the Yellowstone Wildlife Area where we're standing here is one of the main properties that I take care of. Since we've purchased this in March, I've used it to grade several gravel roads and parking lots, smooth them out, take potholes out, and I've also done a couple of food plots just trying it out. This saves us a lot of money because we have the tractor here on site. To get the county up would cost us $100 an hour, and they would like to have a day's work when they come up here. Based on that, this piece of equipment will pay for itself in about 5-6 days of use. What I liked about this is that it's a sort of a multi-tool. It's got a box scraper, it's got scarifying teeth, and it's got a finish rake all in one unit. So just by varying the setting on this piece of equipment, you can really get a smooth finish on a road. You can tear it up, you can level it off, and then you can finish rake it. Actually all in one pass if it's not too hard of a surface, but for sure with just one tool and a couple of passes, you can get a nice smooth surface without having to change tools. It took about half an hour of operation here to become fairly proficient with this piece of equipment. The drag bar, the teeth, just by varying the settings, and anybody that's got just a little bit of practical know-how and equipment operation can adjust this piece of equipment here and get it usable very quickly. It's got a very small learning curve to it. This is just really nice to get in and out for little jobs, or big jobs, but we can really take care of a lot of stuff this way pretty efficiently.
Many of you watching this video are going to have gravel roads to maintain, and there just aren't many quality tools on the market to get this job done right. In fact, many of the tools on the market are lightweight. Ask you to wait until after it rains to use them, and then make a spot just for cement blocks to add weight. You know, the only way to really get rid of potholes is to get to the bottom of them. Most other ground prep tools on the market only loosen the top surface and then pull the material into the holes, only to be pushed out in just a few days. Not with the TR3. We get to the bottom of the problem, literally. There are those of you who also own horses, and if you haven't figured it out yet, footing is everything. The safety and performance of your horse has a direct correlation to the ground you work them on. The amount of money and hours many of you have already spent on arenas shows how important quality footing is to the horse. Over the past 10 years, vets and trainers all over the world have made the TR3 Rake the industry's favorite arena drag. Strand Smith is one of the leading money earners in the professional rodeo circuit and is a TR3 owner. Here's what he has to say about his TR3 Rake.
I've been fortunate enough in my career to have the AQHA Horse of the Year 2 times. In '97 I had Rifleman, and in 2003 I had Topper. Topper this year is 23, and it's just so important to me when I'm at home and I'm practicing on him that the ground is as perfect as I can get it. It's probably one of the most important things to me, to make sure that my ground is in perfect condition, because at that age we can't afford an injury due to bad ground. So for him and with my other horses, that's something that I pay special attention to. And I work the ground in between each horse that I rope on, anywhere from between 5 and 6 runs. I want to work the ground. And when you work the ground that much, if you don't have the right equipment, sometimes you're getting the ground too deep or you're getting it too hard. And with the TR3, it's the perfect combination to where you're able to keep the ground loose enough, but at the same time, keep it level and drag the drag marks out of it. The thing about it is so simple, but at the same time, you can use it for so many different jobs. I was just amazed at all the things you can do with this drag besides dragging your arena. I've got some gravel roads here that's got a bunch of grass and weeds in them. We drug that right out of there, brought that gravel right back to life. You can aerate your fields with it, and you can move dirt with it a lot better than you can with like a front end loader. You can lock the blade down, use it for a drag if you need to really move some dirt. There's just so many different things, and I'm still just learning with it.
As you have just seen, the TR3 Rake is the one tool that does it all, from gravel roads to horse arenas and everything in between. But if all this was a little too much to remember, we want to end this video by giving you the top 5 reasons you should call us today. Number 5, the TR3 is the only 3-point ground prep tool with a self-leveling drag bar. Number 4, remember the utility knife. Why spend your money on other tools that only do 1 or 2 things? Number 3, the TR3 is built to last with no maintenance required. Number 2, anyone can use the TR3, no skill required. And the number 1 reason why you should call us today, you have no risk. We will give your money back if it doesn't do all that we say it will. So call us today at 877-788-7253 and speak to one of our professional and friendly ground prep specialists.